Honey, honey, I can see the stars all the way from here. Don't you feel the chill on the window pane? Wow. You don't know the words.
I don't know the words.
Hey.
I don't know the words.
Oh yeah.
I'm bad
You
like
can't
that,
not know Beyonce songs on this podcast.
That was Beyonce?
That's
Wow.
all right.
Wow.
Everybody get out. How dare you? That was Beyonce, really?
I thought it was a worship song, you know.
I mean, it is, depending on who you're worshiping. All right, Charlamagne, we live?
We live.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the B-Side, Season 2. Season 2, we're doing things a little differently. But first, before I say all of that, let me introduce myself.
Okay.
I go by the name of DJ Revy B. And my co-host here, my brother.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name Mr. Dre. I am forever your humble and gracious.
Hey, I am not humble. I'm a little gracious. Far from humble. I'm just joking. But yes, so season 2, we're doing things a little different. I'm excited for this guest we have. We have our first celebrity guest on the show. You know what's so funny, Dre?
Yeah.
I think the last episode we ended with someone from over the pond.
Yep. And we're starting.
And this season we're starting with someone from over the pond. I think we have something with the
pond.
The pond. To round it up. I've had the opportunity of getting to know this person over the past few days. I've been a big fan of her since I found out about her through Tiny Desk, and I'm like, oh wow, like, who is this? She needs to be on She Be Lady. Fresh from the She Be Lady stage.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
A star.
Yep.
Not a star in the making. A star already.
Okay.
Wow.
A vocal goddess.
Jeez.
Wow.
An Igbo sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Igbo Quenu.
Hey.
Shae Universe.
Thank you so much. That was such a beautiful intro, girl.
No worries. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Hold on. You're Nigerian?
Yeah. That's how I knew that you were Igbo. Come on.
My sister.
Okay, I'm not. Okay.
Just say Oduma.
Okay, I was going to say Oduma, but I didn't know if that. I thought Kedu Oduma was the thing. Kedu Oduma.
So everybody has a different dialect.
Yeah.
So Kedu, Kekwanu, same thing.
difference.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like a different way of saying how are you.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I should have known that.
You should have.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Well, welcome to the B-Side podcast, Shae.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I said, let me shoot my shot and see if she'll say yes. And you said yes. And now I have to actually ask you questions. So wow. I was expecting to know. How has this is not your first time in Toronto, but the last time you were here, you said you were in and out. Mm-hmm. So, but this time around, you've gotten to stay a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So how has your stay been in Toronto so far?
It's been really good, you know. It has been really good. I've actually made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
In this short space of time. A lot of them from the She Be Lady show, which was such a great time. And
you had a great time.
Yeah, we
gonna get into it.
We saw.
And yeah, I've been a bit of a homebody. I haven't gone out as much as I wanted to, but it's been a nice time. I feel like it's been nice to just be in solitude, you know?
Yeah. What has been your favorite part about the trip so far?
Probably the She Be Lady show, honestly. Yeah.
That means a lot to hear that.
Yeah, it was such a great turnout and just an unforgettable experience, you know?
I'm happy with the way it turned out. I think all the artists killed it. Your performance. One of the things I did this year for this time around, I actually took the time out to actually watch people perform and enjoy it, because I don't usually get to do that. There are a lot of people asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the front, make sure I catch a few performances for each of the performers, and I'm happy I got to see that.
I love that for you.
I think my highlight with Shae Universe is there's a song that you have that I've just, like, you know, when you hear on radio, here on TikTok, here on Twitter, you don't necessarily kind of like know who it is. And then I heard you perform it. I was like, wait.
What song was that?
Love of My Life.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Hey.
I know that song. That's my song. And I'm like, oh, she sang it. I'm like, ah.
Wow.
So I had a little bit. I had to keep my cool inside, but like inside I was dancing a little bit.
I love that.
That's my song. That's my song. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right. So if you don't know, like, Dre's a lover boy. So
what does that mean?
Anyways. How we like to start things off. I'm going to just leave it there.
What does that mean?
I'm just going to leave it there. How we like to start things off without icebreakers. So I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay, cool.
So obviously you're an R&B singer.
Yes.
What's your favorite genre? Is R&B your favorite genre?
It is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You also rap too.
Oh, girl. Yeah, I mean,
You're a Grimes rapper?
I do rap.
Like UK grime music?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very different to the R&B stuff, but it's like, it is a part of me, you know, and a part of where I came from in London. So, yeah.
Okay. So R&B is your favorite genre. Who are some of your favorite R&B singers?
Oh, the list is endless, but...
Top 3.
Oh, top 3.
Yeah.
That's hard, but I'm going to say... Oh, and this is a hard one too, because it's like some artists that could be classed as like neo soul R&B and then like mainstream R&B.
Now you're...
You know, I'm getting technical with it, but okay,
with it.
I'm gonna just say D'Angelo.
Okay.
Love D'Angelo.
I can see that.
Yes. I'm gonna say Brandy.
Ooh, okay. I love.
Yeah, her musical ear is something
the vocal
different.
Bible.
And then finally, this is really hard. The top 3 is probably gonna change tomorrow, but I've been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean recently, and he is actually goated. Like, he is so good. His pen, his musical ear. So I'm gonna say him, just because currently in my rotation he's in there.
Okay, what Frank Ocean song have you been like has been on repeat for you?
Most recently, Pyramids.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Freaky. There's something you would like to tell us?
I can't with you.
So let's take it back to before you were Shae Universe. You were born in Nigeria in PH.
Yes.
What was it like growing up? Yeah, she's very Nigerian.
I am.
News to me.
Yeah, that's where most of the art, that's how you know you're going to be a talented artist, is if you were born in PH.
People say that, you know, because so many people have been born in PH.
Exactly.
It's just crazy.
Exactly.
I don't know what it is.
All right. I know where I'm giving birth. PH.
Do you remember what it was like living in Nigeria?
A little bit, a very, very little bit, just because I was so young. But there are certain things I remember. Funnily enough, I remember feeling very free. Like, that's something I vividly remember. It was just like more like a feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like I only started to feel self-conscious when I moved to London or to the UK. Prior to that, I never really felt self-conscious. I mean, I'm very young, at 4. You know?
Yeah.
What do you really know about feeling self-conscious? But it's a feeling, isn't it? I just remember feeling a lot more free in Nigeria. And my dad used to ride a motorbike as well. So I know it's kind of crazy, but I would sometimes be like on the front. Yeah,
on the that's normal in Nigeria.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Cool memory.
So you probably felt more free because you were just around your people.
Exactly.
There was no... I don't want to say there was no white and black, but there was really no white and black.
No, 100%. You know, I think there's something about being around your people. Yeah.
And the last time you went to Nigeria, you were telling me you were there for Dirty December.
Dirty December. Yes.
I like how your accent changes. Hear me clearly.
No, man. Dirty December. Yeah. It was my first Dirty December.
Really?
And I think it's going to be my last, honestly.
You couldn't hang?
Like, I'm a homebody. I actually like my peace, but it's like once in a lifetime to experience it.
She said once in a lifetime. People do that yearly. Like,
I know.
Every year. There are some people who
I know.
They work all year just to go and have fun in Nigeria.
Wait,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is very fun, but
What was the most interesting thing that happened for you for the December? If you can pick one.
The most interesting thing that happened.
Which of someone's husband came up to you and
No. The most interesting thing that happened. Okay, it can go one of two ways. I'll tell you two interesting things that happened. One was, this is more like memorable for me because I went to Nigeria and I went there initially just to have fun, really. But then I ended up like getting on the bill for like 4 different shows.
Oh, wow.
So that was really cool for me. The other thing is completely random and unrelated, but Detty December showed me Shege because I was there thinking, the guys here, they're all moving to me. Like, meanwhile, I would walk into the next function and I'll see the same guy talking to my girl. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a pattern. All right.
they're trying to add you to their roster.
Basically, I'm like, okay, let me not feel special, I beg.
I mean, that's typical Detty December. That's what I said.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way, boy.
When did you first know you could sing?
When did I first know I could
know that, a lot of people can sing.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people can sing. And not a lot of people can sing to the point where they can make it a career. For you, what was that turning point or factor that said, I can actually do this for real and make this my livelihood?
I think the first time I realized okay, there's something special or unique about me is like probably like 2016, 2017. So I started releasing these covers on Twitter. They were from my neck down. I never used to show my face because I just wanted people to focus on the voice. Like I didn't want, the Twitter trolls and everything, like just listen to me sing. Yeah. And they started going viral. Like from the neck down, I'm singing maybe like 30 seconds to 60 seconds of my favorite song, and every single one would go viral. If I sing a song by like Chance the Rapper, he ends up retweeting it. Like every single person whose song I would sing, they would catch wind of it. And that is the point where obviously I'd always sang before. I started singing in church, supporting my mum in the choir. So
like every great singer.
Right? I think the church is a very integral part for a lot of artists. But in the same breath, there's a lot of people that can sing in the church, you know what I mean? So I didn't necessarily feel like, I'm extraordinary or anything because I was around people who could sing. But when the video started going viral now, I'm like, okay, there's an audience for my specific sound. Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay.
Why did you think about dropping the covers? Was it just something where you wanted to do just for fun?
Yeah, it was so innocent, man. And honestly, sometimes I think back to those times and I miss them because there was no pressure. Yeah. It was just like, I love this song. Created. I want to sing it and I'm going to just put it out in the world, Yeah. So it's bittersweet, but in the same breath, I'm grateful for all the growth and I'm grateful for who I've become and the Shae Universe I am now,
I can relate to what you're saying about how it was just easy and it was fun. There was no pressure because when you put something out, when you start off as a creative, you're doing it because you love it. And then eventually when things start to pick up, that pressure becomes a thing, or you actually hit a milestone and then all of a sudden it becomes about chasing the next milestone and chasing the next milestone. And sometimes you can forget to take the time out and actually enjoy what you do.
Just be present.
And just be present. So I get that. I get that. But now you started you've gone back to covers.
Yeah, I have. And I feel like it's honestly like a full circle moment, and it's something that I think I'm subconsciously using to just help me return back to that place where it feels fun. Because, it's so interesting. Like we strive to make it and to blow, right? But part of making it and blowing is becoming hyper visible, is becoming perceived all the time. Yeah. Now, some people that might be fine for them, or they might be used to it, or that might be what they truly want. But as someone who I feel like I'm equally introverted. I'm as equally introverted as I am extroverted. It does heighten the pressure, and to keep myself grounded and to remind myself of why I really started doing this. I think I've kept the covers thing to just ground myself, basically.
I love that. I think that's a great exercise to do.
As a homebody. But so you don't think that affects, because there's always the conversation about how cover artists, and this probably doesn't apply to you, but we've had this conversation about like cover artists not being able to transcend what you have, and then you are then going back there, and obviously for your own reasons. But don't you think? Do you have that fear that it might now be a thing where it could overshadow what you do as a music artist?
Not at all. Not at all. I have a really good feeling about it, actually. I think that returning back to covers at this point, honestly, I've already seen like more success than I thought.
She's currently going viral.
I'm currently going viral.
Timberland just followed you.
Like, I saw that. Congratulations.
It's so crazy. Thank you. But I think it's perfect because it's not like this is happening at a time where I haven't like built the foundations,
Yeah.
When I go viral and people see my face and they go and they look at the catalogue, they're going to see the Tiny Desk, they're going to see the colours, they're going to see, Love's Letter, they're going to see everything. So I feel like, it's a good place to be.
And I think it's also great marketing to like tap into, there's something about singing a song that people know.
Exactly.
It taps into your nostalgia. That's why people making using samples of old school songs, it always works because it taps into your nostalgia. So I think there's something great about that.
And also I feel like the music industry is so oversaturated now, especially with TikTok, especially with the fact that anyone who makes music can literally upload their song onto TikTok now. There's all these artists trying to make it. It's a big pool, right?
You got to figure out how to stand out.
Exactly. And when you take a song that people know and then you put your own twist on it, it's like they have a reference point, but you can still show what you do, you know?
So you went to drama school.
I did. Oh, girl, you did your research.
We try over here. Why? So were you singing before you decided that you wanted to go to drama school, or was it that you were trying to become an actress, a thespian, and then said, you know what, let me try singing?
I went through a couple different phases, actually. So before I went to drama school, singing was actually not my main thing. Like, I did love to sing. I would, participate in the school talent shows and stuff like that. But I did a bunch of other things. I did like poetry. I did like spoken word for a bit. I rapped for a bit.
Sense.
Yeah, I went through like those stages.
So Shae, were you one of the rain in the sky will flow down?
I definitely had that stage.
I
definitely
with
had
the
that
Badu
stage.
rap.
I literally, oh my gosh, I literally went through that stage. I went through my Niki Barb stage where I went through all the stages. Yes, I was.
Oh, okay, I gotta see this.
I was a Barb. It was the whole shebang. So I went through different stages, and then when I got to drama school, even though my drama school university was primarily focused on acting for like TV and film, we did a lot of workshops that worked our voices and just kind of taught us how to project. Because even with acting, you have to project, especially acting for theatre. If you're in like you have to be able to throw your voice to the back of the room. And through that, I found like my singing voice also got stronger as well. And then it just found its way.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why you're so comfortable on stage?
Yes, I do. I feel like at its core, my experience at my drama school university definitely has informed the performer I am today. 100%.
Because you have a great stage presence.
Thank you.
And I know we were having a conversation about like stage presence and performance, because I feel like some artists don't take the time to focus on that piece, right? And I feel that when you are a great stage performer, no matter how maybe out of date your songs go, you will always be able to tour. That is my belief.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with that.
Because like at 50, people will still want to come and see you perform because they know you're gonna put on a show. Right.
That's true. I agree with that.
So that being said, I'm not gonna ask that.
Ask it.
Why do you feel like
what are you about to ask? Do I feel like
all right, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Right? Have you ever had issues or moments where you're like, you see other performers and you're like, man, how come they're they're here. And I could sing dance circles around this person.
100,000%. 100,000%. I think the industry, it's an industry, isn't it? It's an industry, it's a business. So it's like not everything makes sense not everything makes sense artistically all the time, because you know, there are some people that are more fixated on the business side of things. And I've definitely had those moments where I've looked or seen.
And how do you bring yourself back to earth or shake that ego thing?
If I'm being honest with you, those moments have been very few and very fleeting.
That's good.
Yeah, generally speaking, I am very secure in myself and secure in my gift.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware that like I don't know what it feels like to be on the other side, you know, in terms of like not have a thing I'm really good at, because I've always just been, it's just a gift that I've had, you know what I mean? So I feel content with myself. I feel secure, and I don't ever really look at other people and think, oh, like I wish I had what they had. I guess what keeps me grounded though is just like making peace with being patient with myself and my journey. You know, I feel like I've studied a lot of great people that have come before me, and one thing I've really noticed is like the artists that really have longevity and truly stand the test of time, they had to exercise a level of patience, you know? And it works differently for different people, but in my spirit, it's just, I feel it, you know? I just have to be patient, and everything that's mine will come.
I love that. I love that. And one thing that, because I discovered you like a lot of people from Tiny Desk. And one of the things I found out this weekend is that you actually like reached out to NPR and said, hey, I need to be on your show.
The audacity.
The absolute audacity. But sometimes you gotta have it,
Sometimes you gotta have it.
Yeah.
Like, because you are an independent artist. What is that like, trying to create those opportunities for yourself? Can you speak to like saying, okay, I know these networks, I know these platforms, they need me on it. I'm just gonna try and put myself out there and see what happens.
It's not easy, of course. And I think we all sometimes go through like imposter syndrome, where we question like, are we ready for this opportunity? Like, are we punching too high type of thing? But man, as you just said, there are so many people that are underqualified, but they are doing the things just because they had the audacity. Meanwhile, there are people sitting here overqualified, can do what they're doing times 300,000, and they're doubting their ability. So it's just like, sometimes I have to just shake it off and like come out of my head. And the Tiny Desk is a testament to that, because again, my Tiny Desk came out at a time where you have Shaka Khan's Tiny Desk coming out, Thames, Kelani, The Rocks. These are people, they're seasoned in their careers. And I'm like just starting, but the trajectory was still there. And that's so true for so many other people in whatever field you might be. Your trajectory is already there. You just need to like step out on it, you know?
You actually shot your shot and it went in.
It did go in.
What was that like when you found out that you were actually going to be on Tiny Desk?
I was screaming. I was at a shoot, with my girl Karis, who also takes my pictures, and I just saw the email come in like, oh yeah, like we love the project, and just talking about dates and when we're gonna. And I literally just turned to her and I was like, I'm going to have a Tiny Desk. And we just started screaming. We just started screaming in the studio, because it was just like, whoa, like this is really happening. It was an exciting time, man. It was an exciting time.
And an amazing Tiny Desk. So
Thank you.
For people who don't know what it takes to put on a Tiny Desk like myself, you had a live band, you had backup singers. Did you have to source all of those artists, the band yourself?
Yes. Wow. Every artist that does Tiny Desk brings their own band, unless they want, they can opt to have like additional members of the band. So if they want special things like maybe trumpet players or violinists or something like that, then I think NPR sometimes can help you source those. But generally speaking, you come with your own band.
So did they come from the UK with you, or?
They didn't actually. They were based in LA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I play with them sometimes, and they also have produced some songs for me. So it was just like a no-brainer.
No, I resonate with that because recently, so I don't think you know this, but I'm a comedian, right? And I recently did. Yeah, I'm a comedian. Yeah, I might not be. I don't look funny. Yeah, I know.
You're all right.
Funny guy.
No, but I recently did I did a
2 days in
2 days in St.
Catharines.
Catharines. Yes,
Yeah, I saw that.
which in the comedy industry is kind of big because a club books you for 2 days and they pay you and everything. And I just send an email, I'm like, yo, I'm that guy. Like I think I think you did pretty much the show. So thank you. So I do resonate with the whole thing of sometimes you get that imposter syndrome of like, yeah, you think you're good, but like, are you good enough? Like, can you do this? And so it does set us back a lot. And the one thing I always tell people is the worst that can happen is they'll say no.
Exactly.
And then you just keep it pushing.
Exactly.
Keep it pushing. But I don't think I know how Shae Universe came about.
The name or the artist?
No, the name.
The name.
The name.
That's true.
The story honestly is very simple. Before I was called Shae Universe, I was called Shae Artist. Ew, I cringe even saying that.
It does.
Cringe even saying
it. Really
It's
goes.
like,
And it depends on who you say it. In Nigeria, I say, Shae Artist.
Shae your artist.
like, literally, like it was not giving.
Was that like your spoken word name? Because it's given. My sister with the fur. I know who I am. A queen.
Why do you keep saying this?
Because she said she.
Is that how you think all the points are? Like,
Yes. That's what they are. I know I'm gonna get attacked, but that's what I always see. My black queen, we know who we are.
Nah, really.
so
Stop
done.
it.
I think,
But Shae Artist, that sounds like what Shae Artist would say.
That's what it's giving. It's definitely giving spoken words. It's like dramatic pause kind of vibe. But so Shae is taken from my first name, which is. Could you guess? Could you guys guess what my first? You already know? Yeah. So you can't guess.
Shae.
Yeah, it's very. I don't know that you're gonna guess it because it's far from what people would. But I'll give you a clue. SHA is like my actual name has SHA in it.
I can't.
Think Igbo, because Igbo people, they love to give their children British names.
I was gonna say, is there a Nollywood star?
So it's an English name then?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It's a Hebrew name specifically, actually.
Oh,
If I
Like
don't know.
Shamilit, something like.
what?
No, but you're close with the Sha.
You know Shawa? You know Shawa's real name?
No, it's not Shawa.
No. Oh, so you don't know that?
Wow, okay.
They have the same name.
Oh, really? I don't know that.
Okay, my birth name is Sharon.
Sharon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sharon. And people just used to call me like different nicknames from Sharon, whether it's like Shaz, Shae, and Shae just like stuck. It felt like, this feels like a nice little cool nickname. But there were a lot of artists called Shae, and I'm like, I need something that, differentiates me. So we started at Shae Artist, and then one day I just sat down with my sister and we kind of just like brainstormed, and she came up with the name Universe. And at the time it was just like, I didn't really think that deep into it. It was just like, this has got a ring to it. I like it. But as time has gone on, like I definitely feel like that name was meant to find me. For sure. Yeah.
And then you had a rap name as well.
Oh my god.
What was your rap name, Shae?
Oh my.
Do
Do you know I used to have a rap name too?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
your
you go
rap name?
first.
Why did I do this?
I'll tell you my rap name. You tell me your rap name.
My rap name was Maestro.
Maestro. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's very Nigerian.
That even suits you. You look like you could be a maestro.
Very Nigerian.
What do you mean very Nigerian?
Maestro should got nothing.
What was yours?
I didn't have a rap name, but I did do a church play that stuck, and I played Gangster B.
Gangster B. Remy, I'm changing your name on my phone. Gangster B.
But everybody who knows me knows that I'm a soft dog.
Gangster B. That's funny.
Yeah, Gangster B was my rap name.
Okay, Gangster B.
Yeah.
I can go with it. My rap name was actually Baby Merkage. Now, before you say, I know, right? I know. Before you say anything, in the UK, I don't know why, but we had this whole era of like calling ourselves baby this, princess this, lady that. It'll be like lady. I don't know. It's
like the littles in America. The rappers, the littles.
Exactly. The littles or like the dolls or the whatever it is. Right. We had a whole thing like that. And yeah, Baby Merkage. Merkage, yeah, to murk something means
something,
like,
we get it.
To murk something. Yeah.
She turned into a roadman real quick.
No, but I wouldn't actually be murking people like actually on site.
You're doing the gestures.
because I would I would murk, yeah, but in terms of like when I would rap, exactly. It was supposed to be a play on words in that way.
Can you spit something for us?
Oh hell no.
Why?
I'm not that girl. I am not that girl.
That's a different universe.
Literally in the Shae multiverse.
If you had one superpower, speaking of universe, if you had a superpower, what superpower would you want to have if you could have a superpower?
Wow, probably to teleport. I could just zip myself.
So you want to save money on flights?
Yeah, basically.
Makes sense.
That you definitely deserve Shae Universe.
What about you, Dre? What would be your superpower?
Superpower? Invisibility.
You stole mine.
I'm curious. Why would that be your superpower?
Because I'm also an introvert like you.
Yeah. But I'm thinking...
Gangsta beat. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I could slip into the bank every now and then.
You're not serious.
I'm thinking I could just like say, I wonder what this celebrity is doing today. Randomly just slip into their house and watch them. That sounds weird, but
that is crazy.
Those are the things I would use my power for, mostly for good.
Fair enough.
So your first single, you did it with one of my favorite bad bees, Miss Banks, a fellow Nigerian.
Yes.
Biggest Mistake. That was your first single?
I think it was, I think that was my debut single, Big Mistake with Miss Banks. Wow, that's a throwback, man. Yeah. I've changed so much, so much since that song. But yeah, that was the first one. Shout out Miss Banks, because she, like at the time, she was bubbling. She was like hot and everything. And I was just coming out.
Was that while she put out, what's that song, Snack? Or is that before
Snack?
Or after?
It was before. It was before. But she, in the UK, like she had a lot of, just momentum around her name and everything. And I was just starting. Like that was literally my first song. And she gave me a chance. And
how did that collaboration come about?
Well, prior to us working on music, we were cool. We'd kind of just seen each other around in like the creative space, and we were both stallions as well. So I think that naturally just gravitated us to each other, like two tall Nigerian baddies. And so we just ended up being cool in that way. And then I hit her up to like jump on my song again. It was on a whim, and I thought I was punching, but she was like, yeah. And then that was it.
Again, you shot your shot and it went in.
Yeah.
Amazing. I want to talk a little bit about your creative process. When you're writing a song, how do you write songs? Do you go into the studio, freestyle? Do you write the hook first? What's your process? Because I know with Love of My Life, you were telling the story about how I don't know if it was that how you wrote the song, but you were performing, you sang it. You recorded it while just staring at your then love of your life, who then gave you breakfast.
Yeah, so that was a very unique scenario, to be fair. I haven't written any other songs like that in terms of like sitting in front of the person that I love and writing a love song straight from the heart.
So you actually sat in front of him and wrote the song?
Yeah.
Sometimes like someone was painting?
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah. At some point I went into the
universe.
At some point I went into the booth, but even then it was like, how the booth has like the window you can see through. We were still right there, and I was just looking at him and just writing the first things that came to my heart.
Wow.
So it was a really beautiful and vulnerable song.
It is.
But in general, when I write, so it goes one of two ways. Of recent, it's either I come into the studio and I don't have any preconception of what I'm gonna create. we start from scratch. The producer starts making the beat, and I literally go off how the feeling of that beat makes me feel. Yeah, I've been quite enjoying that recently, actually, because it's just like you just never know what you're going to create that day, and there's a funness to that, like spontaneity. But then sometimes if I've gone through something and I have some I want to talk about, then I will come into the session with a feeling already. Sometimes I'll even maybe write down a couple lines that have come to my mind, and then it will be more structured and more intentional, and I will tell the producer, like, this is how I feel today, this is the kind of sound I want to create, and this is what I hear in it.
I think it's a timeless love song.
Thank you.
Love of my life. About the love of your life. Only for it to not be the love of your life, and now you have to perform it everywhere because it's one of your most popular songs. How is that? Sorry, having to do that every other night.
You know what? We thank God I'm over that situation. So I could perform it as many times, as long
as the check clears.
And I will be fine. I'll be fine. I mean, when it was still more fresh, it was definitely more difficult. Like, there was literally certain shows where I would perform and I would be fine, but as soon as I come off that stage, I am crying. I'm in tears. I'm just like, but it's just what you do. It's part of like wearing your heart on your sleeve, I guess. The life that I chose, and I don't regret it, because I think there's healing in sharing vulnerability,
and I think that's why the song is so great, is because you can hear the vulnerability in your voice when you're singing it. You can hear that you are actually truly experiencing these things when you're listening to it, and for me, that is what good music sounds like.
Thank you.
And that's what artistry is all about.
Absolutely.
Right?
Let me ask you, have you ever texted your lyrics to somebody?
As a pickup line, or?
My God, have you heard the lyrics on the way?
So what would you like to order?
I've never done that.
You should. I might just do that.
I've actually never done that. I might do that as a little challenge. That's so funny.
What exact line would you text?
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
I want to.
Don't worry about it.
I want to know. I want to know.
She's not getting it. Whoa, those lines are deep. They're deep.
I've never thought to do that, but I might just do it now.
Nah, you should start a masterclass for like text messages. I'd sign up.
So even with Love of My Life, did you go into the studio saying, I want to create a sexy song?
Love of My Life.
Yeah. Not Love of My Life.
Order on the Way.
Order on the Way.
So that song I actually wrote at home. I wrote it in the space of like 45 minutes. I got sent the beat by a producer.
Nice.
It's always those ones. It was always those ones for 5 minutes. Order on the way.
Quick.
We should open Uber app.
I said.
It's there right here.
How would I feel?
It came so effortlessly, and it all came in like one creative spurt. I got sent the beat by a producer called Ray Keys, and it just made me feel sexy. Like, it just felt like, I don't know, it made me feel so sexy, and it reminded me of D'Angelo, like almost the same essence of like Untitled, and how there's like a groove that's like slightly behind the beat, and so it just came like
I can see that,
in
the bathroom,
on the table,
from your neck down to your navel.
The way he just inserted it.
If you are ready, boy, I'm able. So come get this loving. Ooh, come get the loving. Shae Universe.
I said we selling ass like on Uber Eats. What's going on?
I just want to confused as to what you're ordering.
What are you ordering?
Oh my God.
Is it amala? Is it something else that starts with an A? What is it?
But I also saw you have a song with Akila.
Yes.
How's it making that? Because that's our own right there.
Yeah, she's amazing, and she's such a sweetheart, man. Just so pleasant to work with, which is important in this day and age, because I feel like that is what you remember beyond everything else. But she was just an angel. She jumped on the remix of Passenger Princess for the deluxe of Love's Letter. So I released a project and I released a deluxe, and she was one of the people that I reached out to be on the remix, and she was just so receptive. Like, it was easy, it was smooth, and she killed it.
I wanted you to speak on the just sort of like, you make music, which is one part of that business, and then there's the actual business side of doing things. So how do you navigate that or find that balance to be able to, okay, I can do the business because I see you out here, congrats on, your show in New York.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. By the time you see this, it'll be a sold out show already.
Amen to that. Amen
what
to
is
that.
it? It's at SOBs in New York. That's a legendary spot to
it is.
do your first headlining show.
So, because I don't see you with like a posse or a crew or anything.
Yeah.
So how do you, for someone, because there are a lot of people out there who are artists, female artists as well, who are trying to navigate this space, especially with the kind of sound that you do, which is soul, R&B, or soul, classical music type of thing. How do you sort of like navigate that business side and make it look like truffle butter?
Wow, that's such a big compliment, because the truth is I'm still navigating. I am still navigating. I feel like these days I try to approach everything with a calmness, because I've been in the position where like I'm just worried all the time, or I'm just anxious all the time, or because I have all these things to do, I'm like stressing out about it. And then it's like at the end of the day, it actually does not help anything. You still have to do all the things you got to do, but just it operating in a level of stress, and that doesn't help. So I've tried to just have an approach of calmness to everything. That's helped. And I think my mentality right now, because you're right, I came to Toronto by myself. Like it's very unorthodox, honestly.
Not a lot of artists do that. When I heard, I'm like, she wants to come by herself.
And the thing is, it's not that I don't have a team. I have a very small, close-knit team, which are really my friends, to be honest with you. But I feel like I'm in a stage in my career, and maybe this is important for me to say out as well, for anyone who might also be in this stage of their career, where I'm just doing what I need to do. Like at the end of the day, no one is going to go as hard for you as you are for yourself. And if you have the capacity to do it, as long as I have the breath in my lungs to wake up, to get on that flight, to do what I need to do, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? That's just my attitude to it. And I feel like it's gotten me far. It's gotten me far, and it's still getting me where it's going to go. Now, do I want to have a solid and efficient team eventually? Absolutely. I feel like that would definitely help to elevate and take things to the next level. But until God brings those people into my life, or I'm just doing what I need to do.
I love that.
I love that.
So one of my favorite songs that I listened to, and I was listening to on my way here, was Self-Love. And my favorite part about it is your mom beginning, just talking about, I love how things didn't come for you easy, that you had to work hard for it, because now you know what that means. What was that like and it just showed how much your mom is supporting your career. And I feel like as Africans, we don't really see a lot of that. I think now it's slowly changing, but we don't see a lot of that. What was that like for you to have your mom speak those words to you on that song?
Okay, well, firstly, that little like excerpt that you hear is like, she didn't intentionally, I didn't say to her, I'm making this song, I need you to, she didn't know that I was recording the conversation at all, actually. Me and my mum, me and my dad, like we have a really close relationship, and sometimes we'll just chop it up. And I'm blessed to have wise parents, man. They're so wise, and I'd really try to take in the things that they say to me whilst they're here to give me these little gems. So we were just having one of those kind of catch up conversations, and I don't know, my spirit was just like, record. And I just did. And it was so perfect. What she said next, literally in that next 30 seconds from the moment I pressed record, was everything that needed to fit into that song. So it aligned perfectly. And I also feel like it was prophetic, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
She's talking about...
It was very deep.
You know what I mean? She's talking about like, now that the spotlight is getting closer and closer. And then I released a project, and I go on a Tiny Desk, and then I do all these things. So it's like, the timing was just spot on.
A mother's prayer. Ain't nothing like a mother's prayer.
Seriously.
And I want to talk a little bit about your performance at She Be Lady over the weekend. Hot like fire.
Wow.
Stage presence on, when I say on, crazy.
Wow.
At one point, you even sat on stage. You just got comfortable. You even took your shoes off.
I did.
It's like, she's really think she's in her living room. Got comfortable. One of my favorite parts, and I think one of the parts where everybody's talking about, is when you got down off the stage and you decided to sing "Order on the Way" to someone in the crowd.
I was angry that
it wasn't you.
You see,
I was trying to push.
I was behind the green the entire time. Like, I should have said, like, what's the plan for your set list, so I could position myself in the right area, and I would have given my consent.
That's so funny.
I was even trying to push my friend Chi, like, go. Because we were worried because it's a show that celebrates women, and one of the things that is hard is, for some reason, men don't think that they can be there and be present in the spaces, which is ridiculous to me. So like, we might not have enough guys on stage on the front to do that. They volunteered my husband. I said, unless you want him to find a new house, then sure, go ahead.
Husbands are off limits.
We don't want no Ursula and Kiki, you know.
Really, the way I move your hand, don't move your hand and move the thing away.
I know. I'm sorry. I was triggered already. Sorry, but yeah, you got down off stage, and then you just picked the lucky guy in the crowd and serenaded him.
I did. I usually choose somebody to like sing to, depending on the setup of the stage. Like if I can't actually go down into where the people are, then I'll just like, maintain eye contact. Yeah. But thankfully I was able to go down because it just made the whole experience even more just, captivating.
Was he licking your arms? Because it looked like he was licking your fingers.
He might as well have been. No.
And how did you, and you just kept a straight face.
It's called performing. It's called drama school.
I guess I'm not a performer. Can you imagine telling jokes
while someone is licking your hand?
I cannot imagine playing WizKid and somebody's licking my hand.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into performing, but
it's giving that with the rock career.
You want your ass to be licked on?
What?
Freaky boy.
Order on the way.
The answer to your question is he was not licking my hand.
Okay, it looked like it.
It was close. It was close enough. He was just like rubbing it on his face. He was in
a good partner.
He was in it. Like he definitely transported somewhere else. So when I was looking at his face, he was not.
No, it was not.
He wasn't here.
From the corner of my eye, the peripheral, I was dashing through, and I just corner of my eye, I just saw someone looking like he was going to heaven. I was like, hold on. That's just a performance, bro. Like it's not judgment.
Especially when you said, "So what would you like to order?" And I'm like, Shae. I don't know if you should be asking those type of questions right now, sis.
It gets intense. It does get intense.
I love it. Do you have like a process before you get on stage? Like what is your, I guess, your prep or ritual?
Your pre-game.
I usually say a prayer. I like to have, ideally, like if I can, a lot of the times I can't because it just depends if there's lots of things happening. But if I can, I like to have like 10-15 minutes just by myself, just to kind of ground my thoughts and stuff. Just ground my thoughts and just have like stillness. And I also, of recent, that's all I've been doing, I should really be doing my vocal warm-ups like an hour before, but I have not been doing that, I'll be real. I got to get back onto that.
That was actually going to be my next question, was like with your vocal warm-ups. Is there a song that you like to like practice singing? Not yours, but just a song that you like to like use to test your vocals.
There isn't actually, I just do the standard scale of the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's it.
Easy. Or the ABCs.
Oh yeah, all the ABCs. Yeah, that's become my favorite to do in sound check because you can spice it up a little,
Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, but
H, I, J, K,
but cuter.
U-R-S-T, okay, so now.
Ooh-wee.
I can't.
You got to perform You got to open for, I don't want to say open, you got to share the stage.
You can
support.
say open,
you got
honestly,
to support Eminem.
Yes.
That's crazy. How did that come about? And that is like I feel like that's a random.
Very random.
Yeah.
Very, very random, but it wasn't as random when I like give you the context. So the way I got the opportunity was through an artist called Westside Bukky.
Yeah.
Now I was working with Westside Bukky. So we had worked on some songs together. I gave him some vocals and he was supporting Eminem and he brought me out as like his crew basically because we worked together. So it wasn't necessarily, I wasn't supporting Eminem as like Shae Universe supporting Eminem. I was coming with Westside Bukky. That makes sense.
Yeah. And what was that experience like? Because it was a stadium show.
It was like 80,000.
That's crazy.
And this is when I'm like, baby Shae.
I like, talk to me nice after that.
Well, honestly, I was just like, I was in my infancy at this point in time. I had very minimal live performance experience and I was just so happy to be there. I was just like happy to be there. It's crazy now thinking back that I had such a big experience so early on because since then I'm yet to perform at a stadium that's got 80,000 people.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It is coming. And when it does, it's going to feel like a real, full circle moment. But I feel like, again, sometimes you experience these things to just give you a taste. Yeah. A taste of what it's going to be.
Did you get to meet Eminem?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah. He's a nutcase. No.
Let's leave it at that.
Let me not say that. He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy.
He's a fun guy.
So today, what's the most exciting show you've done besides She Be Detty?
The most exciting show I've done.
And NPR does not count because that's like
I was gonna
live
say that.
show. Well, yeah.
I think, I don't know if I'm cheating, if this is a cheat answer, but I think the most exciting show hasn't been done yet. I think it's yet to come. It's coming up. I'm actually supporting.
Which universe did you come to get this answer from? This is a different universe. I don't like this multiverse thing. He's like, that universe that we're talking about is still
no.
beyond that. But I like that.
I have an idea of what the show might be, just because of how much I respect this particular artist. But on the 30th of March, which is actually coming up very soon, I'm going to be supporting Tidra Moses in London.
Nice, I saw that.
Yeah. And I feel like, even though she's like a generation older than me, I feel like her audience is really gonna appreciate.
I think that's a great matchup.
Yeah, me too.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about unorthodox and love letters. I want, for the people who might just be finding out, I don't know what rock you've been on there, but just finding out who Shae Universe is on the B-side. Can you tell us a little bit about those two albums?
Okay, so Unorthodox was an EP. And honestly, at the time, now upon reflection, I feel like I decided to do the whole R&B and drill thing. So it was a fusion of R&B and drill. That they coined the term, or off the back of that project, the term R and drill became a thing. And like literally Spotify started to create playlists of it, and then it became a whole thing. So it was pretty cool to pull something from my imagination and literally watch it like just come to fruition in that way. But I think I also decided to be more experimental at the time because I felt a little bit frustrated with the UK scene in terms of feeling like they just weren't hearing me. And I think when it comes to R&B in the UK, this is where there's a major difference between the UK and the US, I believe. I think the UK has a different like history with R&B, and so it's just taken a bit longer for the R&B artists of the UK to really. I think so.
I feel like you guys have a lot. You have
I see what she's saying.
You have Tiana Major 9, you have Nio, you have Georgia Smith, you have Ella May. Like, you guys have like some great R&B artists. Some of my personal favorites too.
We do have great R&B artists. However, if you really peep it, a lot of the artists that you know of, you only really know of because they somehow tapped into America. Whether it's through an artist they collaborated with, or, they had to still take that detour and go to America first before that real recognition came. If it's down to just staying in the UK and trying to become a globally recognized artist while staying in the UK, nah. I think they've got a long way to go still. So Unorthodox was like an experimental thing. I wanted to use it to get the UK to listen to me, and it did exactly that. And then Love's Letter, this I think was probably this is what I would call the first project that was truly, wholly, authentically. I'm not going to say authentically because Unorthodox was authentic too, but this was me in my comfort zone now. This is not me being experimental. This is not me trying something different. This is me making the music that
you love.
Yeah, comes most natural to my soul. So I think that was the main difference. And I love both of them. But I think I love Love's Letter just a little bit more.
What do you want your music legacy to be? Like, what do you want people to remember the name Shae Universe for?
I feel like I think about this question a lot in my alone time. And I feel like, honestly, just due to the nature of being a human and how things evolve and change, in like 10 years, my answers to this may be different. But right now, I want people to remember Shae Universe for evoking a feeling of healing. That's what I want to be remembered for. I want people to like, I want to be one of those artists that like once you experience me live, you never forget it. You know, and not on a surface level, not like, oh, she looked so good, or it's good to look good and stuff like that. But I want to leave an imprint on their heart, you know what I mean? With what they felt in that room, hearing me open my mouth and sing. That's what I want to be remembered for. Jasmine Sullivan would be there.
Ooh, girl, I am there.
Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah.
You and Jasmine on the lineup. The way my life will be gotten.
she's too good, man.
Don't play with me.
She's too good. Yes. Let's do one more. I would say let's pick a man. Unlimited budget.
Unlimited. Provided by God.
Unlimited budget. I'd probably have Usher. Because his
girl,
yeah, I'd have
Jasmine, Shae, Usher.
The way I would go, I would be that roadie following you guys to every show.
That would be a dangerous.
That
lineup.
would be
dangerous.
Child. In Shae's Universe,
I'll be on Usher at the concert.
I will be there every night saying, "I'm here again."
Nah, that would be a dream.
No, nah. I can picture it. I can imagine it. I love it. I love it already. I love it. I love Shae's Universe already. Like, I love it. One more. What is your dream collaboration?
My dream collaboration? I have a few, but let's pick a random one.
I like how she always insists a clause. In 10 years, it can change.
No, because it's true, man. Things are like always... Things are always changing. Dream collab. I think, again, I have many, but I actually feel like me and Thames would create something very unique. Yeah,
I like that.
Like she's someone I'm intrigued and excited to know what we would sound like together.
Yeah, love that. Yes, I also would love to hear that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pass it over to Dre for our very interesting last B-side question.
No, so this is different. This is two. I'm gonna do things a little bit different because I've got two superstars on this couch, people that I respect, and I've grown to respect you even more since seeing you perform, getting to know you more. And since we're celebrating, we're recording this at a time where we're celebrating Women All Month. You guys think it's going to be something serious? It's not this serious. We are going to play a game of how much are you wearing?
No. She wins, clearly. I love that game. High five.
Because all this humility and everything.
I'm done. I'm so done.
Rich.
I wasn't expecting
Rich.
That. I know. The way you did the whole intro.
So Shae, how much are you wearing?
Shae, welcome to my universe. It's called Misdirect.
Yo.
Don't let your enemies know your next move.
Seriously. That's... Like, I was not expecting that at all. But how much am I wearing? That's a good question.
It's a cool 15K right there, baby.
I don't know about
racks on racks.
Across the pond.
I don't know about 15K. Maybe like 8.
Oh.
On a random Tuesday.
She got on a discount.
You are the lady.
You're making me blush.
Rich.
Hey, what's that now? Where was that from? These shoes?
Yeah, so got my Nikes here. I love me some Nikes, you know. I don't know how much they are, but Nike low dunks, let's say maybe
at least 120.
Yeah, these ones are, I think these ones will probably be around 120
pounds.
Yeah.
Niki, can you open your calculator, please?
let's start doing that. mind you already said 8K.
Yeah.
For
don't hold me. Okay. This I know for a fact. So this is
over 10K. You're wearing over 10K right now.
You're underestimating this value. So the shoes,
underestimating
120 pounds. The pants.
I think these are from Manière de Val. Have you heard of that?
No, never in my life.
No. Wow, you guys should, maybe it's a British brand. I'm not sure, but Manière de Val, the quality.
Maybe it's just for rich people.
Yeah.
Manière de Val. Money and Deval. I'm done. No, these are Manière de Val, and I would be lying if I told you that I remember how much they are, but I want to put a price. I don't know.
When your bank account is unlimited.
The truth, I'll be honest with you, I know you're going to say this is crazy, but like when I don't actually really look at
okay,
well, I do.
You're not helping.
I do. No, wait.
I don't look at the price.
I don't look at the price.
All
throw it in bags.
Oh my God, guys, please.
Oh, we haven't even got to the jewelry yet. The drip. We'll be here all day.
I don't even have any jewelry on. I just have my gold thing. Okay. And I have my silver thing. I forgot my watch. The watch is the one that would have finished you guys today. I'm so sad. I'm sad I didn't bring my watch, but it's okay. It's fine.
What's the watch?
A Michael Kors. I love my Michael Kors watch. That one I think I got like a couple years ago. I got it as a gift, but it's pricey. When I went to go and look up how much that watch was, I said, okay, this is the one I'm going to be putting on every single day. Like, I wish I would have brought it today, but it's okay.
Cool.
Trousers. This jumper is not that expensive. I feel like this is a pretty little thing. So casual, average shit. This is also from Manière de Val. I'm surprised that you don't know.
Well, I'm going to go Google him right now so I can see.
Manière de Val, like it's a British brand, and I think this price point is probably about 3K. Around 3K. Look up Manière de Val.
Yes, no. I don't know if I have enough data to look up Manière de Val. So 3K, we'll say the pounds 500. Because it's 3K, the pounds gotta be 500. So 3,500. Your jumper, you know.
Are you set her up?
Nice 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around there. So it's not really even that. The drip is not really.
It's not really okay. Cool.
I don't think anybody else in this room is wearing
Revy,
bro.
Revy, come on, your Lululemon hoodie,
right? First of all, free.
Anyways, Shae, we just wanted to say thank you so much for I like you shot my shot. And it went in.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy that you came on the podcast and shared your story with us.
Sure.
And we're so cool about it. And here on the B-side, we like to give people their literal flowers. Aww. So we want to just give you your flowers for being an amazing queen, an artist. When I tell you, you are a superstar, and I can't wait to see just all the amazing things that you do. I just know that one day I'm going to be watching you at the Grammys, winning your Grammy, and I'm going to be like, I know her. And Marley's going to be like, okay, girl.
I really appreciate that, Thank you so much for these flowers. I love flowers as well. And they smell really good.
That's good. I'm glad they smell good. Shout outs to Niki.
Shout out to Niki. But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I received that. One day I will be at the Grammys, and then we're going to watch this back and be like, you said it, girl.
I said it.
You said it.
I want you to end with a cover.
Oh, okay.
Since it's your thing, but we're going to get out the way, and then you're going to do your little cover. Okay.
I'm going to do a little bit of Untitled by D'Angelo for you, as it's currently going viral. Boy, it's only you. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide. If you let me, I can provide everything that you desire. If you get a feeling, this feeling that I feel, won't you come closer to me, baby? Already got me right where you want me, baby. And I just wanna be your girl. That's all I got for you.
Woo! Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Really, wrap it up. That's a Grammy-winning performance. Just wrap it up.
Grammy-winning performance. Thank you guys for joining another episode of the B-Side Season 2. We said, let's do something different. Shout outs to Shae Universe. And yeah, Shae, where can they find you on social media?
If you want to follow me, support my journey, please do. It's at Shae's Universe, which is SHAES, followed by Universe. And that's on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah.
Peace.